Wonder if anybody can figure out what I might be making. I've seen it done with 2 wheels, but that's just not enough wheel for me. So I'm using 3 wheels, but I don't have 3 of the same size. So I figure I can clean out down in here and clean this wheel up and weld it. Maybe, I don't know. I may not use that one. I'm gonna weld the 2 bigger ones together and cut the door out for feeding it. If I use that little one, I'm gonna cut all those and put a piece of expanded steel over top of it to like a grate, I guess. You can cook hot dogs on it and stuff. But little old camp stove, I guess, if you will. Not sure yet. I know I'm gonna cut the center out of one of those. And if I just use the 2 of these, the 2 big ones, those are 17-inch wheels off of a 2010 or 11 Chevy Malibu. If I just use those, it'll be kindly short, but it would work. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll take 3 pieces of pipe and make me I'll have to put expanded steel in that to hold the fire, and then take 3 pieces of pipe, make me a 3-legger. That way it don't teeter-tot. It'll always sit without teeter-totting. Now, I don't know what I'll do with that wheel, but might make a jack stand out of it. Who knows? Alright, well, it wasn't as hard as I thought. There's just 5 spokes, and this is a heavy piece of short arm. It's better than a 1/4 inch. Well, it's right about a 1/4 inch. And then got that cut out. I may do a little more cutting, try to get that even, but then again I may not. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that down and grind it. That way the expanded steel fits in there better, sits level-ish. So, yep, more to come. Alright, so I decided to just cut these out. What I did is, you can see it, I took the cut wheel, went along the weld on the ring, and those rings are, this rim is heated, and the rings are pressed in there, and then welded. So I cut the ring. You can see right there where I cut the ring, and then take this and set it on the floor and whack right there. Well, I get it with the vice grips first and get it started. And the weld ain't cut all the way through, because I didn't want to cut through the rim. That there, I can just weld that, grind that weld down. And then right here, I didn't cut the weld here, and I tore through the rim just a little bit, but I can smash that back down, grind that, and run a little bead over that, and that'll be okay. Or I'll cut my door right there. But I wanted that ring out of there. I don't know why. I just did. So I cut it out. I'm cutting it out. But, yep. Got all that out. Didn't take long. Took longer to cut the, score the welds and cut the spots between them than it did to snap them off. And to snap them off after I scored the welds, all I did was hook vice grips on it and then give it a good stomp, and it popped right off. So I'll fix that, grind these welds a little bit. I ain't gonna grind them much because it's just inside, but I just want it to look decent. I may sell this one, so want it to look as decent as possible. But I don't know how I'm gonna make hinge for the door, or if I am, I may just leave it open. But the legs, I know how I'm gonna make those. I got some pipe I will cut. But so both of these wheels are bent, which is how I got them. They were bent, and they're bent to the point that most of these just lay down and they butt weld them along the seam. Well, I would have a gap in spots, roughly 1/8 of an inch or better. I don't want that. I want this to be neat. So I cut all these little cuts in here, relief cuts, and I'm going to tap these in, bend them in just enough that I can set that wheel over top of it. Then I'll weld it around the outside, and if I need to, I'll take a punch and bend those back out, but I doubt I'll need to. But if I do, I will. I don't think I will. Anyways, this is how I'm going to do it. Alright, well, I've got it tacked. I've ran some bead, and some I've nastied up. I haven't cleaned any slag off or nothing. I know I'm going to have to go over some spots again. I think I'm going to jump around, stitch weld, then jump back, because I'm building up too much heat. So, but dinner's done. Well, I am done for the night. I've got it welded-ish. Keep burning through. I need to slow down and set my welder right. I'm going to stop for the night and go in, shower and shave so that I can be ready for the wedding tomorrow. But it's ugly. The weld is ugly. I'll grind it. Grinders and paint make me the welder I ain't. So, could just be a really wide wheel for a Malibu. Nah. More to come. Alright, I got the wheels all welded together. Got it cleaned up where it will look halfway decent. Now I'm cleaning the spots for the legs. I'm going to use 3 legs so it don't teeter-totter. And I have cut or ground the legs to where they'll fit the contour. And I can get some weld up through there and fill in around that. Structurally it'll be sound, or I hope should. Then I'm going to cut a grate for the bottom and a grate for the top. I think I've got enough expanded steel wherever it went. It's here somewhere. Right there. I think I've got enough in that to use for this bottom piece. I thought about just cutting pieces here and welding them and then bending it over and welding it, but I'm not doing that. So I'm just going to cut a piece and put in the bottom. I may just put some steel grates over rod. I've got plenty of 1/4 inch rod I could do. That may be a better option. We'll see. Anyways, get ready to do the legs. So once I got the legs, I will flip it over and show you. Well, 2 of the legs is welded on, and man, them are some ugly welds. But it is freaking hard. Especially with, my lack of skill. It is hard to get a good, clean bead in there. But they're solid. I mean, they're ugly, but they're solid. And this is the bottom, so nobody's going to see it. Well, until they turn it over to dump the ash out. Anyways, got 2. And I ground the first 3 legs. I cut all the same, but I'm halving for the contour of the wheel. But like here, I've got to do a ground on this side and on that side. So because of this spoke. But I will finish that, and then once I get that done, I'm gonna set it on that table over there, and mark around the base of all of the feet, and grind those, and then weld pieces of plate to those, so that it don't sink in the ground. But yeah. Okay. All the legs are on. I haven't cleaned that one up. It's still got slag and spatter all over it. And that one. And that one's cleanish. Not horrible welds, but not good welds either. But they hold. I will strike it with a hammer. If it falls off, I'll give all 3 of my subscribers $1. It's on there. That's all I care about. So I know 2 of the legs were sitting higher than that one. These 2 are sitting higher than that one. So I'm gonna get it set up on the table and get the door open so I can see, and get them marked and cut. Then I'll get me some plates cut out of I don't know, I've got a piece of steel here somewhere I can use. Cut me some feet and put them on. Okay, again, I almost forgot to record a bit. Found this piece of, I think it was a piece off of a lawnmower deck or something. I don't know. It's thick. It's 1/4 inch thick. I cut 3 pieces because I've got 3 legs, and I did cut well, actually the feet were close enough. I didn't have to cut. I ground on them a little bit though. I got them all 3 clamped together so that I can grind them all the same. I didn't tack weld them because it's not that important that they're exact. Their feet, they're going to be covered in dirt and mud and yuck in someone's yard. So I just want them all to look, close. So I did that. I'm doing that, and I'll give a clip of that when I'm done. I don't know where my tripod is, so no action shots. Alright. That's what they look like. Or wait. That's what they all look like. Ow. And they're still hot. Well, those two are stuck together. I promise I did not spot weld them. This the paint, well, the powder coat on them sticking together. And these will be the outside. I figure if whoever buys it wants to, they can stake it down. At least on two of the legs. I may put another hole through that one. I'll clear all the powder coat off and then weld them to the legs and cut the grates. Cut the grate. I think I'm going to do the 1/4 inch piece on the bottom of that, 1/4 inch bars, just to hold coals or wood or whatever and still let it breathe. It'll probably hold up better than the expanded steel. The expanded steel will be great to cook on or whatever. Anyways, yep. Feet are welded and partially cleaned up. Not horrible. Some better than others. Some worse than others. But they are there and will work. They're solid. They're not gonna fall off. And now I'm gonna get to, I don't know if I want to weld those rods in here, or I don't know that I want to do those rods. I may just cut a piece of that expanded steel and put in here. Let me see what I want to do. Okay, so I changed my mind again. I cut that piece off of the spokes that come off this top wheel, and then bird shit welded them in there as a grate. I spent more time doing this than I would have the damn expanded steel mesh, but oh well, it's a learning experience for me. I'll cut the mesh tomorrow. I'm done for the night. I'm tired. My back hurts. But the legs held up good. Forgive the wind noise. It's windy as not today. Okay, I cut the lines for the door. The vertical lines. The ones that go up and down. I cut those. Then I ground some flat spots on some washers to make the hinges with. I got 4 of them. I'll show how that's working. But when you're making a door, like on a drum or a set of wheels or whatever. Lord, am I zoomed? Oh my goodness, I was just zoomed in. Sorry guys. Anyways, there's those lines I was just talking about. Here's the washers. I ground one side flat. I'm gonna weld. You want to go midway of the hole. That way your pin is straight. What I'll do, I'll set the bolt that I'm using for a pin in there and keep it even with that line. When I tack this, that way the door, in theory, should open properly. But we will see. There goes that wind again. Sorry. But anyways, once I get the hinges welded to it, let me go in here out of the wind. Once you get if you're making a smoker or whatever out of a old propane tank or whatever kind of tank, hot water heater tank, which you wouldn't want to use because they're lined with glass. Anyways, if you're using something already round to make a grill or a cooker or whatever out of, and you're going to put a door on it, cut the line where the hinges go first and weld your hinges to it. Then cut the other lines. That way it's straight-ish. Hopefully. Hope that helped. Hope if you don't understand, hit me up in the comments and I'll try to explain it better. It's windy and distractions and reasons. Okay. Okay. The tip of the day. Buy hinges. Do not, I repeat, do not waste your time doing this shit. Just buy some, weld them on there, be good. I went way too fancy with this horse shit, and I've done a bundle of time. So buy hinges. Okay, other than making the handle, some kind of latch, and the grate, this is done. I think the only thing I got to weld on it is the spot for the latch to lock. I'm going to make it simple. I'm going to drill a hole in the door, piece of rod with a little handle on it, and a latch. That's it. And the grate, I'm going to cut a freaking circle best I can to fit down in this second lip here. But first I'm going to take it out here, put a fire in it, and nah, I ain't gonna do that till I get the grate done, the latch. Okay. Well, there's one latch done. I'll do a little grinder magic to the thing there so it goes down, looks level, or I'll just leave it there. Probably that. Yeah, sounds better to me. I'm not gonna cut the grate out tonight. I'm gonna wait. You all know what the grate looks like. Well, hang on. Huh. Ta-da! I'm done. I forgot I cut that piece out and then didn't use it. It fits. It ships. Alrighty. One fire pit completed. It's ugly as snot, but there it is. Alrighty.